What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you're coming over from Elle's channel, welcome to my channel. I'm Smacy. I do a lot of makeup stuff and go on a lot of rants here. So if you want to stick around, hit the subscribe button. If not, totally understand it. But anyway, today I'm going to be collaborating with Elle S. We planned this collaboration a few weeks back. We're going to be resurrecting, we're doing a palette resurrection, that's right, of the Morphe 35o2. This is like the second generation of the 350 palette, you know, the one everybody freaking lost their minds about and Morphe couldn't stock to save their lives. This is its baby. And I know Elle also really likes this palette. I feel like this palette got hyped up and then just immediately nothing. You never heard from it again. And it also didn't really sell out in its initial launch, unlike its mother. And please go check out Elle's video if you're totally into like the 70s aesthetic and that old school kind of vibe. You'll really love her channel. She's super cool. She's super laid back. Her videos are really easy to watch. Like she's not like, ah, yes, thank you so much for joining me today. Subscribe to my channel, it'll be fun. Also, if you like watching videos that are more or less commentary, like on the beauty community and the makeup world and makeup releases, which I personally love videos like that because, again, they're just easy to watch, they're easy to consume. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, guys, so the first thing I did was prime my eyes, and I'm setting it with just like a little bit of loose powder. And then I'm going to take my MAC 217, which is just like a blending brush. You can use any blending brushes you want. And I'm going in with the shade Tan, and it's a bit too dark to be like a true transition shade for me, but I really like it, and I'm basically just going to be trying to smooth over the edges as much as I can, and then eventually I'll go back in with a lighter shade and blend it out. But yeah, just making sure I keep that right in my crease. That's how this works. Then I'm going to keep the same brush, but I'm just using like a lighter touch, and I'm using the shade Heat in the palette, and I'm putting like a lot of it on the end of my brush, but then I'm just like using a very, very light touch right under my brow bone, like right in my eye socket. And then once there's not much left on my brush, I'm just blending around the edges to make sure it's not patchy in any places. Then I'm actually going to take the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, and I'm going to go back in with that same exact color and just concentrate it more right in that crease as opposed to blending it, you know, blending the edges away like I did a second ago. Then I'm taking the shade Chestnut from the palette, and I'm basically just going to do the same exact thing, but I'm using a smaller brush. This is like a tiny blending brush. I'm Morphe M504. And I'm putting that right in my crease. I'm just trying not to drag it up too high. I'm going to drag it down just a little bit to blend it out. But aside from that, I don't want to take it up past my brow bone. And then I'm just going to take that Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to take that shade in the top left-hand corner called Universal. And I'm going to go around the edges of my look just to try and fade the edges out a bit. Then I'm taking that metallic neon orange shade called Sauce in the palette. I'm just going to use my finger because it's kind of crumbly. It doesn't really like to work on a brush very well, but I'm going to use my finger and pat that in the center of my eyelid. I'm not really going for a halo eye though. I am going to blend it out on the edges. I just want to have like a sheen in the middle of my eye, if that makes sense. So not quite halo eye, but just blend out the edges there to give that sheen that I'm looking for. Then once I have my foundation on and everything and powder and all that, before I put my blush and lipstick on, I'm going to blend out the edges some more and just perfect that line a bit. Then for my lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Universal on that Morphe M504, that tiny, tiny blending brush, and very generously, I'm just going to drag that on my entire lower lid, not just my lash line, my entire lower lid. Then I'm going to take that little Cosette brush, and I'm going to use the shade Chestnut, the darker shade, and I'm going to just blow that out right close to my lash line, so not as far down, not dragging it as far down as the first color. Then for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the gold shade in the palette. It's called Pure, I believe. If I can read this right, yeah, it's called Pure. And then I'm going to take some brown eyeliner. This is the Makeup Revolution one, but you know, any brown eyeliner. This is pretty basic brown eyeliner. And I'm going to line my lower and upper waterline with that and kind of tight line with it. Just make sure I get in between all my eyelashes. And that's what we have so far. Then I'm just going to take that Real Techniques brush again and blend out the edges just to, you know, make sure I have been obsessive enough about my blending. And then I decided that I needed a darker shade right there next to my lash line to blend in with that liner. So I actually took the shade Brave, which is like that dark reddish brown shade on that little Morphe brush. And for my eyebrows, I'm going to show this part because I thought it was kind of important to the whole look. I didn't really fill them in, but what I did was I'm taking this mascara that I hate as a mascara and I'm using it as like a brow gel of sorts, and it's actually been working pretty well. So I'm just taking that Pacifica Supercharged Micro Crystal Power Mascara. That's not what it's called. This is for you, Elle. Singing 70s music. I just listened to 70s music like the whole time I was doing my makeup, because, and then of course I gotta have some Fleetwood Mac in there, because this is Elle we're talking about. And that is the finished look. Alright guys, I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for collaborating with me, Elle. This has been a blast. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up if you want to. Not a requirement, just something that YouTubers say. And if you are not a subscriber of mine and you want to be, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I have to say that it's required in my YouTube contract. They give you a contract when you sign up that's like, so you always have to say, give a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, or you don't get to do YouTube. It's part of the deal. That's not true. Yeah, if you want to subscribe, just do it. If not, totally understand. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.